One of the questions that I get most often from people relating to astrology, tarot, or any other spiritual esoteric art for that matter is about not just how to get your chart, because that's easy nowadays, right? But how to interpret it and how to be able to have that skill of knowing what to see in the chart at the moment and what to ask the cards at the moment, and how to interpret the physical signals that you are getting from these tools. And especially with astrology, it's I would say the most technical of esoteric sciences, because you have a physical chart, so you can get caught up in the facts and the numbers and the technicalities, which of course are part of it. But even if we're using all these physical tools, we should not forget that still the key to properly interpreting all those esoteric spiritual resources is the element of faith. These are divine instruments of communicating some higher energies with us. And if you don't tap into a part of yourself that is in tune with that, then you will not be able to properly sink into the messages that are going to be coming to you. Especially having a chart with a lot of data can make it seem safer. It can make you feel like you know what you're doing, because you're like, okay, I have this chart here, I have those physical things to draw on. But then I have a lot of people tell me that they feel anxious also when they try to transition towards giving readings themselves. And they end up asking themselves, what if I say the wrong stuff? And what if I don't get the right things out of the chart? Where do I start? And it already starts not just with the theoretical knowledge, but with understanding that as any form of spiritual healer, you are a tool of the divine that has led the right people to you and you to the right people. And that should make you trust yourself more, not in your ego, but because you are a messenger of divine intelligence. And of course, you're not the only one, there are many of them, right? But if you're interested in those kind of subjects, then you are one of the messengers of divine intelligence. And during the limited amount of time that you have with any reading for yourself or another person, you will hear from the cards, or they will hear from you, from the chart, whatever they are meant to hear. And having this humility and making yourself a willing instrument of divine communication, it kind of puts you a bit like in a space like you're a priest in a confessional. And at the same time, it takes the pressure off and allows you to give better guidance, because you realize that it's about more than you. It's about more than your pride, achievement, or your sense of self. And then you know that whatever part of the chart you saw and spoke of, or whatever you saw in the cards, is what was meant to be said. And even if you have somebody else that you're giving a reading to, as a friend or a client, even if they think of it negatively, that may just give them the thought of, no, I don't want to be this person. And it may just be the push that they need to change themselves. Maybe that's the way that the divine intended the reading. You don't know that. You don't know that, and if you're reading for somebody else than yourself, then it's not your business anymore, because the point of the reading is someone else's well-being. So in a way, taking the self, or just the limiting concept of the self, out of the equation, realizing that yourself is not part of something greater, is absolutely necessary for you to have any success with any spiritual arts. And doesn't matter if you do it professionally, I guess you could call it like I do, if it's your life calling, or if it's just something you do for yourself as a part of your own healing journey. If you don't know how to surrender to that bigger ocean of energies that we're all swimming in, if you don't know how to view yourself as a drop within that ocean, an important part of it nevertheless, but still only part of it, if you're so stuck in the construct of the ego that you still are so glued to me, myself, and I, then you will not be able to have enough of a release to properly channel and understand these kind of subjects. So really, your own personal spiritual development and understanding of the universe in general is absolutely necessary for you to have any mental success at all.